In a world drowning in information, stupidity isn't what we think it is. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, a German theologian who resisted the Nazis, believed that stupidity is more dangerous than evil, not because it's violent or aggressive, but because it's obedient, silent, and compliant. It follows orders, echoes popular slogans, and drowns out independent thought without even realizing it. This is not just history, it's happening now. This is the illusion of thought. Section 1. Bonhoeffer's theory of stupidity. Bonhoeffer observed that some of the most educated people around him had stopped thinking. They weren't evil, they were passive. They surrendered their moral compass to authority. He wrote, "Stupidity is not an intellectual defect, but a moral one." What he meant is profound. A stupid person is not someone who lacks knowledge, but someone who has stopped questioning. Stupidity becomes dangerous when it teams up with power. In a system built on obedience and repetition, stupidity thrives not as ignorance, but as uncritical loyalty. Section 2. Psychology of obedience. This idea is backed by psychology. In the 1961 Milgram experiment, participants were instructed to deliver electric shocks to another person. 65% obeyed, even when they believed they were causing pain. Why? Because an authority figure told them to. In the Asch conformity experiment, 75% of people agreed with the obviously wrong answer, just to match the group. These experiments show us something chilling. Humans are wired to conform, even when it contradicts their conscience. This isn't stupidity, as in foolishness. This is functional stupidity, where people stop questioning to avoid conflict, discomfort, or punishment. Section 3. Cognitive dissonance and filter bubbles. Psychologist Leon Festinger called this discomfort cognitive dissonance. When people hold two conflicting beliefs, they don't correct themselves, they rationalize. They double down. They twist facts to fit emotions. Social media makes this worse. Algorithms feed us content we already agree with, creating what's known as a filter bubble. Inside these bubbles, we hear the same ideas repeated over and over until they feel like truth. We don't learn, we reinforce. We don't reflect, we react. Section 4. Modern tools of stupidity. Media, tech, and propaganda. In today's world, stupidity is no longer random. It's engineered. Social media platforms reward outrage, not insight. The more extreme the message, the more likes, shares, and clicks it gets. Fake news spreads faster than real news because it's emotionally charged and easy to digest. Platforms aren't built to educate, they're built to engage. In fact, 81 countries around the world are running disinformation campaigns through social media. The problem isn't access to information. It's the collapse of discernment. We've outsourced thinking to machines and mobs. Section 5. Education, surveillance, and intellectual decline. Even education, our last line of defense, is under siege. Surveillance technologies in schools are rising. Rather than promoting independent learning, students are being tracked, monitored, and tested into obedience. At the same time, deep reading is declining. The average attention span is shrinking. Books are replaced by bytes. Reflection is replaced by reaction. This isn't an accident. It's the outcome of a culture that treats convenience as virtue and critical thought as delay. The result? A population that's informed but not thoughtful, connected but not conscious. Section 6. The resistance, Bonhoeffer's antidote. But Bonhoeffer wasn't hopeless. He believed stupidity could be resisted, not with anger, but with awareness. He spoke of something called costly grace, the difficult, uncomfortable path of moral responsibility. To resist stupidity, we must think, really think. That means listening to opposing views, saying, "I don't know," asking, "What if I'm wrong?" It means turning off the algorithm and tuning into nuance. Bonhoeffer's antidote was courage. Courage to think when it's easier not to. Section 7. The Resistance Toolkit. So what does resistance look like today? Here's a practical toolkit. Practice intellectual humility. Admit when you're wrong. Seek out dissenting opinions. Don't just block or unfollow. Slow down your consumption. Ask, is this true? Learn basic media literacy. Check sources. Understand framing. And finally, embrace uncertainty. You don't need to have all the answers. Modern stupidity doesn't wear a clown nose. It wears a suit. It holds a smartphone. It repeats what it hears. It's not loud, it's obedient. The real danger isn't ignorance. It's uncritical obedience in the face of power. So we leave you with this. Will you surrender your thought, or will you defend it? Leave a comment below with one belief you're willing to challenge this week. because the fight against stupidity begins in the mirror.